Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassandra. Welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe down below. I also want to put a side comment in here. I'm sorry about the huge ring light right there. It's early in the morning. This is the only time I had to film the intro and the outro, so I apologize for the ring light in advance. For today's video, I'm just going to be showing you all of my fish, giving you a little tour of all of the fish tanks that I have, as well as all the supplies I have for my fish. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is the rack that I have 3 of my fish tanks on. This was $100 at Walmart, but it can hold so many things, so I highly recommend it. This is my 20-gallon long Blackmore goldfish fish tank. It's a little bit cloudy. That's just because I've been having trouble with the ammonia. The ammonia levels are going down. So I can have a whole video on this tank. There's kind of been a lot of things, but as you can see, one of them kind of has those slumped fins. That's just because he's recovering. They had parasites, they had white fungus in this tank, and they also had really high ammonia levels, which I figured out the high ammonia levels were not coming from the tank being dirty, because it's not dirty at all. It was actually coming from our tap water. Just had naturally high levels of ammonia in it. And I didn't realize that for a month. So I was doing all these things, it wasn't helping. I was doing water changes every day, and it was actually just making it worse because there was already water in the tank, or there was already ammonia in the water. Down here, sorry, my cat's in the way. Bushka. Hi, hi pretty. This is my cat Bushka. He's a Maine Coon. He's a really sweet boy. But this is my 10-gallon baby beta sorority tank. Basically what happened with this tank is we're getting one baby girl beta, but what happened was those 2 darker females that you see at the bottom, they actually came in the same tank. We didn't notice until we got it home, and then we thought it would be okay because they were in the same little cup that they came in, but they kind of started to get a little bit nippy at each other, so we thought it was best if we just got a couple more. Our 40-gallon tank that you guys saw in last week's video is actually going to be changing. We're going to take that 40-gallon tank, move the goldfish to that tank. We're going to be taking the 40-gallon and changing that. We haven't decided on the gallons yet that we want to make that tank, but it's going to be more than 40 gallons. And then these little girls are going to go into the 20-gallon tank. So for now, they're fine. They're babies. Everybody's getting along. Everyone's closely monitored. Everybody gets time to eat and things like that. So that's just this tank. I have to pick up, you can see their little beta leaf fell, but I'll pick that up. Right here, I have my other 10-gallon tank with my veil-tailed beta. His name is Red. Then I have my neon tetras in here and my cat. And then I also have my glow light tetras at the bottom. I have 3 glow lights and 4 neon. I love them. This is my live planted tank. The only thing that's not live in here is his beta leaf. That's obviously suction cupped, but everything else is live in here. Underneath here, I keep some things. So I just have this API freshwater master test kit. It's really easy to use. I was actually thinking about doing a video just on how to use this. Next, I just have this pitcher. I have 2 of these, and this I just need if I need to go ahead and put some extra water in there or anything like that, because these betas tanks don't actually have covers on them, which I need to get covers on them. I'm working on it. I just, for some reason, I have them. They're in the basement. I just haven't put them on yet, but they should have covers on them. But this is just to fill them up with water. Next, as you can see, Bonnie, that's Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Okay, so next I just have this 3-drawer bin, and I just keep some extra stuff in here. So this is just for my goldfish food. I like to soak their pellets before I give it to them. Then I have this Flourish comprehensive supplement for the planted aquarium. This is just fish food, or not fish food, plant food. So I only use that currently in one of my tanks. It leaks on the side. It's been like that since I got it, and for some reason I just never returned it. So I just leave it up there. In this first drawer, I have all most of my fish food. Some of the fish food I actually have in the other room. This drawer, I just have this Tetra tropical flake food. Then I have 2 of these Tetra Color tropical flakes. Mike's mom was watching my 40-gallon, and this is just what she was feeding them when she had them, along with this Hikari shrimp. So I have 2 of the Hikari brine shrimp. Hikari is one of my favorite brands of food. Then I have this Beta Flakes, the Omega-1 Beta Buffet Pellets, made with fresh seafood. They love this, so this is one of their main staples. Also for Beta food, I do have this Tetra Beta Mint Flake Medley. I don't really give this to them, but they do seem to like it whenever I do give it to them. I just don't really give it to them that much. Next, I have this API bottom feeder pellets with shrimp food. This is just for Cory catfish and, you know, bottom feeders that like this. I don't currently have any Cory catfish, but I used to, and this is what I fed them. Then as my goldfish food, I use the Fluval Bug Bites goldfish formula. These are the pellets that I soaked before. Then I also soak these pellets. They like these ones, I think, more than the Fluval, but these are the Omega-1 small goldfish pellets. They sink, some of them don't sink, so I still soak them. I have 3 of these Hikari burst bites. The other one that I have is actually in the other room because they keep having babies. So I have all of my chemicals and things like that that I like to use. So one thing that I really like to use, especially with my goldfish, is this aquarium salt. This is by Magitarium, but API makes some aquarium salt and stuff. And there is a difference between aquarium salt for freshwater fish and then aquarium salt for saltwater fish. So this is just what I use. This is supposed to help reduce stress and stuff like that. So I've been using that in my goldfish tank because they've been so stressed out. I have the Top Fin water conditioner I showed you guys. This is what I use in my 40-gallon fish video that I had. Then this is what I got with the 40-gallon. I haven't used it. It's just Aqueon algae remover, but I don't really use chemicals if I don't have to. Aqueon leafy green. This is just liquid CO2. I use it every day just to pump. API AccuClear. This is something that Mike's mom picked up when she had the tank, but I have never used this before. But here's what it looks like. I have this Fritz. It got a little salt on it. The Marison Oxy. I highly recommend this for anything that you have. Tail rot, fin rot, fungus, anything like that. And then I also really like this Copper Safe. So this is for parasites and things like that. When my goldfish had parasites, I tried this. This bottle's empty. I just like keep it in there because I knew I was filming this video, but I also to remind myself that I need to go and pick up some more of this. But when I tried this, there was really good reviews on it, but I actually didn't really have luck with it. I had more luck with the parasites. Actually, 2 doses of this and they were gone. The PraziPro, just 2 doses of this and the parasites were all gone. So this one was like $10 for this little bottle. But something I would definitely keep on hand if you have any kind of fish. It came in super handy and it worked literally so quick. Also, when you do use medicine and stuff like this, it's important to take out any charcoal filters or anything like that that you have in your filter. So you want to keep the filter on, but you want to take out the insert. If you have the insert in there, it's just going to take all the medicine out and your medicine's actually not going to get through your tank. The next thing that I use in this tank, actually you don't really use it, but this is what I have. It's the Tetra Easy Balance Plus. It reduces nitrates in your tank for weekly maintenance. So if you have high nitrates, this might help reduce it. But as for anything else, I don't really use it. Mostly because it's this really ugly, like, yellow gel color. As you can see, it's actually this really like gross yellow gel color. Ooh, I just spilled that on the floor. I'll pick it up. But see, it's just this. It's just not, I don't like it. So I don't use it. Is just this Top Fin Ready Start Nitrifying Bacteria Starter. This is just good to have. This is something that I used when I did have the ammonia problem. I still have it a little bit, but everything is just clearing up. Just the test strips that I had from API. This was like the first thing that I got when I was like, I need to start testing my tank. Measures pH, nitrite, nitrates, carbonate, and general hardness in the aquarium. But things like ammonia it doesn't test for, and that's extremely important when you're testing. You need to test for that. So yeah, but I do have these. These are kind of like a good beginner test strip, but I would definitely recommend getting like an ammonia, and I do need to pick up a phosphate tester as well. I have a tablespoon for measuring the aquarium salt. I've used these Correct pH by Tetra, these little like fizzies. So it helps with your pH in your tank if you're having trouble with it. I've used these before and it has helped. And if you have a beta, you definitely need this API beta fix. It actually really does help them. It's just honestly a lot of like natural oils and things like that, essential oils. But it does help your beta. I've noticed definitely a significant improvement, and I would recommend to anyone with a beta to get this. It's only a couple dollars too, and this will last you a really long time. Lastly, in this drawer, I just have a couple of things. So the first thing I have are these decorations. These were small decorations that I had in my goldfish tank, but when they got the white fungus, I took them out to clean everything, and I just haven't put them back in. I will put them back in, but as I said before, they had the white fungus, then they had a parasite, then they had an ammonia spike, so everything's just evening out. That's also why that goldfish is really stressed out looking. Then I have this mirror. It looks like this. It's just from Zoom Ed. It's just for my beta fish. I'll put it in there for a couple seconds just to kind of play with him. Then I have a turkey baster. When they first started having the babies, the angelfish, I was using this to soak up the eggs and put them in their own separate tank with a small filter, a sponge filter, and a small water heater, but I thought it was just best if the parents raised them because they do a pretty good job by themselves. Then I just have this small net just for certain like things that I need. I have the wheels that just go to this tank, so if I ever want to put them back on. I have just a cord for one of the lights for their tank. Lastly, I just have this digital thermometer from Topfin. This is really easy. It just has a probe you put in the fish tank and it tells you the temperature. I do need to get a new battery for it, but it just looks like this and it's really handy. So this is my 40-gallon tank. As you saw last week, I cleaned out the algae. It's back, so I have to go in there today and clean it. But last week you couldn't really see my plecos. So this is my albino bristlenose pleco. And then this is just a clown dwarf pleco. They're both super cute. I love plecos. I think they look so awesome. And then this black angelfish and this striped angelfish just had eggs, so they're like over there. You can kind of see them through the leaf. So they've been chilling. And then I just have my bala sharks and my tetras and my other angelfish in here. But you guys saw this tank last week, so I won't go into too much depth with it. Down here, I actually have a lot more things. I have this bag, and I actually just have a lot of boxes that I need to move to the basement. Just to start, this is the Aqueon LED light that I put in my planted aquarium. This is a thing that I got from the Dollar Tree. I thought that my angelfish would lay their eggs on it, but they really just like the leaves in there more. This is the sponge that you saw me use. I actually need to use this today. I used it a little bit this morning to get some of the algae out. But as you can see, it's back. I have this net. Just one of the bigger nets that I have. I have a smaller black net. I have this sponge, Dollar Tree sponge, but perfect for cleaning your tanks. The next thing I have are, you can never go wrong with additional filter cartridges. So it's just these Tetra bio bags. This is for the 40-gallon tank. This is just what I use. Sometimes it gets really messy when you're cleaning fish, so I just have like this little hand towel that's just solely for this. I have these Aqueon replacement filter cartridges. This is for my goldfish tank. In here, I just have these Tetra Whisper Bio Bag filter cartridges. These are for my two 10-gallon tanks. And then I already had some bio bags, but Mike picked me up extra, so they just look like this. This bucket holds a lot of things. It came with the tank. But in here, I just have just some extra decorations and things like that in here. that's all I have in here. If anything's wet, like the sponge brush and stuff, I'll just stick it in here so it doesn't get everything else wet. I have another one of these, and then I have this little 1 gallon tank. This is what Red was originally in. He was only in it for a couple weeks, and then I realized it probably wasn't as humane as it could be to put him in a bigger tank. On the side of their tank, I have their omega-1 veggie rounds. These are just for the Plecos. I have Hikari bloodworms, Hikari brine shrimp, a big thing of the Tetracolor tropical flakes. Again, this is what Mike's mom was feeding them. I feed them like a combination of things. I have some algae remover from Top Fin. I've tried to use it. It doesn't work, so I stopped using it. And then Hikari First Bites, which they will need probably in a couple days because their little babies might be hatching soon, or they will be hatching soon. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, again, don't forget to subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.